Okay, now I'm going to come back here and put a little detail on the tree back here. And I'm just going to go up and down. Not a lot of detail, just a little. Skip around. I'm going to take some darker color, add some Payne's gray to that. I'm going to outline this tree root on the bottom here. There's some tree veins. Coming down into the water here. Just going to mark that. Maybe add a little dark to the bottom. I'm going to grab some of that Payne's gray and make a darker line on the bank of the water there. Make that stand out a little bit. Then I'm going to wipe my brush off. I'm going to take some sap green. I'm going to make some leaves over here. Just back and forth. Really loose. And go over that. Just here and there, not over everything. I'm going to grab some blue to my green, add a little blue, make it darker. Get some more leaves out of there. And we're going to let that dry a bit. Okay, now I'm going to work my way down, and I see here in the falls, I'm going to add a lot more shadow here. There's some stones coming out. The top ones are the brightest, but in here, this is where it really recesses. So I'm going to add some more shadow color, which is that alizarin crimson and cobalt blue. I'm going to add a lot of shadow here. This is where it's really hiding in the back there. Adding more shadow. And little by little you can see this coming out. You can see the picture emerging. A lot of shadow on this side. A lot of shadow right there. And little by little you can see this picture taking shape. Don't stop too soon. Don't think, oh, it doesn't look perfect. I can't do this. Just keep going. Okay, now I'm going to take some of that same color and I'm going to go crazy. And I'm going to add some shapes here just to make it interesting.
Maybe that's a whole
go in here, add some leaves, go around the tree, add some more leaves. And I'm thinking about shapes. I'm not thinking about individual leaves there. So that looks nice. Take some dark color. Maybe I'll go even darker in here. skip around. See how that pops out now. Okay, I'm going to keep with my Payne's Gray, Cobalt Blue, and Alizarin. Make a nice deep black. And I'm going to really come in here. Get some of these rocks to pop out. See how with watercolors you start light and you keep going darker, darker, darker? That's the key here.
So once they've ended on the same weekend, they're not on the same weekend.
Now these stones are really starting to pop out.
It's kind of nice. They're totally different subjects. Today's nature.
I'm not going to cover everything. I'm just going to come in here and make some defining shapes.
Very, very old.
Yeah.
Like a Masonic temple. It's like in downtown Explorer. The Masonic temple was like
Okay, now I step a few feet back and I take a look at it, and I see I got some nice color here. I've got some nice contrast, and even though I like to keep a lot of white in here, I notice that this is pretty bright. So I'm just going to come in here and soften that up so it doesn't compete with the white of the falls. So I just took a really light color brown, a lot of water, just covering some of that up just to quiet it down a little. Now it's not competing with the front. It looks better. Okay, now I'm going to work on the bottom here. The sun is shining right here and the sun is shining here. You could see a lot of rocks underneath the water here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint around them. I'm going to take a nice umber color, some green. There's a lot of green in this water. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm mixing some green and some umber. And I'm just going to do some negative painting. And I'm going to go around some rocks here. Just going to make the shape of the stones and paint around it. And actually grab a thicker brush so it doesn't take so long. Big around. I'm going to go right over here, going around my rocks. Some rocks over here. Go right around them. I love the way the sunlight lights up the rocks underneath the water. It's very pretty. Maybe while that's wet, I'll just come in and grab a different color. Drop some green in there. Make sure I go around those rocks. Now the water's pretty rough where it's spilling out, so I'm going to skip around there. Oh, it looks good. I'm going to add some of that same color up here. Skip around there.